Street Theater friends, Matt Hecht here again. We are on episode 5 of the Monologue series. If you get a chance, go watch the first 4. If you jump straight to here, you got more homework to do. Episode 1, we talked about selecting a monologue, finding the perfect piece. Episode 2, we talked about preparation, all the homework that it takes to go into it to make it super awesome. Number 3, break it down. Take it down chunk by chunk, beat by beat, analyze it, make it super cool. And then part 4, level up. How to make you look like a superstar and put in all these great things. Now, a couple things that I forgot to mention in episode 4 there was this concept of acting between lines. It's funny, a lot of actors think they need a line to act. And I tell actors that acting is really only 5% speaking. So, can you act without a line? Of course you can, right? So, when I was going through my monologue, I realized that I needed to take a beat here when I didn't have a line and change and really act on that beat. And so you might be able to see it when coming up here. So, you don't need lines to act. Make sure to put some pauses, change your viewpoint, get a moment to settle. Another concept that I use tremendously, and this past week or so I've been doing a lot, is you gotta put in some good mirror time. So what does that mean? That means you gotta stand in front of the mirror and do all your crazy faces and movements, and because you are gonna be your best critic here. You are gonna know exactly how you wanna perform, and it's kinda hard to see yourself without a mirror. One of the fun things that Jim Carrey would say is that he didn't have a whole lot of friends outside of his house, so he looked in the mirror and he made friends. And so that was one of the things. Jim Carrey obviously has great impersonations, great faces, and it's because he spent a lot of time in front of the mirror. So, do that too. All right, now we're gonna move on to session 5, but before we do, show shirt shout out. This is from our Peter Pan show. You can see in the back, Beale Street Theater. This was one of my favorite shows, guys. We had the kids flying, we had pirate ships, we had full-size alligators, and it was so fun. So shout out to everybody who was involved in that, on set and backstage and everything. Okay, boom. Game day. That's what you've been preparing for, right? So all this work comes up for today. So let's talk about this. Day of. One of the things that I recommend, if you have a resume or a headshot, bring them. Now, Beale Street Theater, a lot of times we say, hey, what's your past experience? But man, if you show up with a resume or a headshot, that's all the more impressive. And for a lot of your big auditions, that's gonna be a must do anyway. So work on your resume. It'll, at least, if nothing else, help you from rewriting all that stuff and having you forget something. Also, let's talk about dress. So you want to dress comfortably, you want to be able to move around in what you got, right? And there's kind of a temptation to dress like the character or like the piece, and that's fine to an extent. We don't want to go full costume here, but if it's a Western piece, yeah, throw on a nice flannel shirt. If you're back in the 40s or whatever, yeah, throw on some slacks, tie maybe, whatever it is. Don't go crazy, don't go overboard, but yeah, give it a look. Make sure you can move. Let's talk about props. Props, you don't really bring props, right? We want to be able to see you and what that means in using the space. We talked a lot about in Level Up about our spatial dynamics. So mime is going to be a good tool for props. Okay, when you're getting ready to show up, be early. At the very minimum, be on time, right? Because when does auditions start? Does auditions start when you do this thing and go, hello, and you go straight into your monologue? No. Audition time starts the second you show up. Because who are you auditioning for? A lot of the people that introduce you and bring you into the space and have you help fill out your paperwork and tell you what's going on, those are gonna be your stage managers, those are gonna be your costume directors, those are gonna be all the people that are gonna be a part of it. And so you wanna be courteous and you wanna be prepared for anything. So I also recommend don't eat a whole lot before you show up, and bring a snack just because you never know how long you're gonna go, and you don't want to be the guy that's like, dude, I've been here for an hour, I need a cheeseburger. So keep that in mind. So let's talk about you. So coming into the piece, right, you already got your piece under control, but really the actor wants to see you as a human being, you as an actor, not just your talent. So a couple things. When you walk in, you want to be comfortable, charismatic, and confident. The 3 C's, right? Comfortable, charismatic, and confident. When you walk in, we want to really know who you are. And so when you come into a room, let us know, show me how you're gonna walk, and greet us, be human beings, we're all human beings here. One thing that I like to have as my own mantra is that I just assume that everybody likes me, but they just may not have realized it yet. So it's up to me to convince them. So go in with that mindset. Here's the reality is those auditioners, those directors, they want you to be amazing. They want you to be their lead role so they can go home early and sleep good that night because they're out there trying to find the best. So they're on your team. Remember that. There's nothing to be afraid of. So let's talk about when you introduce yourself, right? So there's kind of a common etiquette here, and a lot of people are familiar with it. But when you come in, smile, greet them, and usually you'll want to wait for them to get some sort of direction to go, and then you can go into your spiel, the slate as they call it. So introduce yourself. So I would say something like, "My name is Matt Hecht, and I will be performing Lance from Two Men of Verona." Now, sometimes if you feel that your piece needs some more framing around it, like it's gonna be weird in context, you can add a little bit in the description there so that it's more meaningful to whoever's listening if it's out of context. Let's talk about nerves. Everybody gets nervous. Ooh, I'm nervous, right? Nerves are a good thing, right? But on the scale, there's such thing as too much nerves and too little nerves. I like to think of nerves. Nerves are that same chemical reaction from our animalistic fight or flight mode, right? So when you get on stage, you guys know how it is. The first time you get on stage, the lights hit, there's all those faces you can barely make out, and you feel that, that's what drives you. You need a little bit of that. So, too much nerves mean you didn't prepare well enough. So make sure you prepare, make sure you can do this thing with your eyes closed, and make sure you feel comfortable going into that so you're not too nervous. Now, how can you be not enough nervous? Is there such a thing? But Matt, I'm not nervous at all. That's actually can be not helpful as well because you go out, you got a chip on your shoulder, you think you got everything. I've done that once. I thought I had it all in the bag. I was amazing at it like a month ago, and I just rolled in and I was like, I got this piece. And I kind of sucked, honestly, because I wasn't prepared and I went in and I thought I was gonna be amazing and I wasn't. So, learn from my mistakes. So, we talked about nerves, and the big thing is ending strong and standing out. So when you get to the very end, make sure you do something big, and you really want to have a crisp ending point so that people know exactly when you're done, so they can give you a little applause, they can say thank you, and then if you want, you can give them a little bow, don't go crazy, and so that is the end. So, you guys are in luck. In just a moment, I'm going to perform the monologue that I prepared all this time while going through this monologue series for you guys, all right? Strap your seatbelts in. My name is Matt Hecht, and I will be performing a piece from Two Gentlemen of Verona, where Lance recalls the emotional response from his family, including pet dog. Nay, I'll show you the manner of it. This shoe is my father. No. This left shoe is my father. No, this left shoe is my mother. Oh, no. Yes, it has the worse sole. This shoe, with the hole in it, is my mother. And this shoe is my father. A vengeance on it. That is. Now, look, sir, this staff is my sister, for she is as white as a lily and as small as a wand. And this hat is Nan, our maid. And I am the dog. Well, the dog is me, and I am the dog. No, the dog is himself, and I am myself. Aye. So now I come to my father. Father, your blessing. Now should the shoe speak not a word for weeping? Should I kiss my father? Well, he weeps on. Now come I to my mother. Oh, that she could speak like a moved woman. Will I kiss my mother? There it is. Look, my mother's breath up and down. Now come I to my sister. Mark the moan she makes. All the while, the dog speaks not a word nor sheds a tear.